Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Today we're going to talk about 4 sober absolutes. We're going to discuss what is an absolute in life, and we're going to discuss the 4 sober absolutes that are absolutely required for sobriety. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can find him at 516-485-2741. That's 516-485-2741. You can also find him on the web at www.odysseyconsultant.org. That's www.odysseyconsultant.org. Larry Geis is an addiction recovery coach with over 30 years of experience. He's a life coach as well. He is also a good friend of mine. If you need help with your addiction to start with and go walking towards your recovery, or if you need help with an intervention, or if you need help with a loved one, Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-485-2741, that's 516-485-2741, is the person to call. And when you speak to Larry, you tell him that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. GlobalEyeglasses.com. They are focused on saving you money. If you need glasses at a very low budget cost, glasses that start as low as $6 and go up to $69, and what they include, those glasses are regular, standard, RX, single vision, plastic, non-coated plastic lenses with a cloth and a case. If you need transitions, Global Eyeglasses has them. If you need progressives, Global Eyeglasses has them. If you need high index, anti-reflecting coating, scratch coating, photochromatic, polarization, GlobalEyeglasses.com has them. Here's what's great about Global Eyeglasses. The fact is that not only do I back this company up, but I know a lot about this company, but more importantly, I have been in the optometry field for over 30 years. So if you need help placing your order with GlobalEyeglasses.com, if you need help picking a frame, selecting the proper lenses, I've helped over 100 people so far. Get in contact with me at 631-599-0218, or you can call my helpline, which is the addiction helpline, which I can also help you with the eyeglasses, which is 844-405-HELP. GlobalEyeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money. Folks, today I want to talk to you about 4 sober absolutes. What is the definition of an absolute? Anyone out there know the definition? If you do, please bear with me as I let everyone else know what it is. The definition of absolute is something that is always true and accepted as fact, with no arguments against its conditions necessary for it to be true. That is an absolute. So when I read these 4 absolutes, these 4 sober absolutes, these are facts, folks. So often we arrive at alcoholism's door expecting that it will be okay with the fact that we want to quit drinking. Most often, we are lucky we do not. If we are completely resolved of giving up drinking or drugs, the odds are that we have done something fairly horrific to land us there. Something triggered you to finally say, I have had it. Most of us addicts will need to settle for a little less than horrific realization that we are members of this not so popular group called alcoholism or drug addiction. Not believing I'm an addict does not make me a non-addict. It simply makes me unaware or unacceptable to the fact that you are an addict. The question then becomes, do I choose to become aware of who I am? A confrontational inquiry for everyone, but necessary inquiry, is that we have to face the challenges of sobriety sobriety entails. Life with our beloved addiction is not our old life minus the alcohol or drug. Sober life is a new life. It's a new beginning. It's like being born again. Who among us is excited to start over? Are you excited if we start over today? None of us, as best as I can gather, because most people delay the realization, and they keep denying that they have a problem. Who did start over out there? The ones who are determined to have something better in life and make a new beginning. And if you did, was it easy? I can tell you the answer is no, it's not easy to start over. Were you ready? I was not ready, but I continued the task and my mission to be a sober person living in 100% sobriety. Did we find we needed to get, did we find what we needed to get us through? Did you find what you needed to get you through? I did, and that is helping other people. That is living and breathing sobriety 24/7. As a coach, I am often hit with the question, am I an alcoholic? Right at the forefront of a coaching relationship, right in the beginning of my conversation, people always say, are they an alcoholic? It is never an answer I can give. It is always an answer one can only find if you are willing to do some work, do some self-inquiry. Most do not want to do the work. I think it is because they are scared, or we are scared of what we will find. At least that was my excuse in the beginning. Why look when I don't want to see what is there? I only search for things I want to find. I do not want to find the word addict attached to my name. Who does? I don't want to see Ralf Friedrichs /addict. I want to see Ralf Friedrichs /sobriety. These are my 4 absolutes for recovery. An absolute, again, remember, when I say these are my 4 absolutes, an absolute is something with no arguments against conditions, and it is a fact. Over time, my new actions will become my new thinking, and to date, my new thinking has become my new life. Absolute number 1. Be 51% or more sure I am ready for change. Are you more than half sure you're ready to change? Less than 50% will not be enough to momentum to get you there. Don't wait until you are 100% ready to change either, because it might be too late then. The trail of destruction this is me now, the trail of destruction I have left in the wake might be irreparable. The rule applies to every difficult challenge I face. I have to come to the plate with a measure of fortitude and conviction for what I am choosing to achieve. When you come to the plate, you need to be more than 51% absolutely sure that you are ready for change, that you want a new life, that you are ready to take your life back. Absolute number 2. You need to find support. This is not questionable. This is a true fact with a guaranteed attached only, that if you find support, you will succeed in absolute number 2. I need to connect with others so I can keep thinking and keep my thinking in check. My subconscious will drag me back to the old thoughts in a heartbeat. Another sustenance can carry me through the moment of hardship, and it will get harder as time comes. Another can call me on my deceptions. If I decide I'm going to lie to the public, which is lying to myself, another person going through what I'm doing will keep me in check. Another can cheer me to the home stretch. I will need all the ones I just read about to be successful at absolute number 2. Absolute number 3. Be willing to grow. I need it, desperately need it, to see what I did not have to fulfill my answers. I had to be willing to soak up new knowledge, which I do each and every day. Every time I do an episode, every time I do a show, every time I do a coaching, every time I work on my websites. It is absorbing that knowledge that keeps me going 24/7 in sobriety. I had to find a way to stop resisting. I didn't have to agree with everything that I heard. I simply had to agree to make some changes that were in alignment with my philosophy. By the way, some of us don't know what our philosophy is on the onset. That's okay. We learn as we go forward. Absolute number 4. Quiet your mind. Until I can lessen the noise in my head, I am stuck listening to the constant chatter. For me, it was more like an ongoing disagreement coupled with the inferiority complex or the extended ego. The feeling of peace and tranquility I chased with drink and drug was available within my sober mind. I just had to be willing to seek it. I wish I could give you what I found. However, it is not to be given. It is a thing that you, my friends and my audience, have to earn. I hope to see your worthiness today and make the decision that it's been a long time in the making for you to make these 4 absolutes a reality in your life. Let's go over one more time. 4 sober absolutes. What is the definition of an absolute? Do you remember now? An absolute, the definition is something that is always true and accepted as fact. Now listen to this, accepted as fact. When I read these 4 absolutes, there are no questions about them. They are fact, with no arguments against conditions necessary to be true. So often we arrive at alcoholism's door expecting that we will be okay with the fact that we want to quit drinking. Most often we are lucky we do not. Folks, if we are completely resolved in giving up drinking and drugging, the odds are that we have done something fairly horrific to land us there. This is called rock bottom. Most of our addicts will need to settle for a little less than horrific realization that we are members of this not so popular group. Not believing I'm an addict does not make you an addict. You can try over and over to convince yourself by saying you're not addicted to drugs and alcohol, but if the patterns and the signs are there, no matter how much you want to deny it, you are. But the minute you release that denial, you break that wall of denial down, that is when things become better. The question then becomes, do I choose to become aware of who I am? Do I not only choose to become aware of who I am, but do I accept it, and do I come up with an action plan to better, to conquer, to be sober? A confrontational inquiry for everyone, but necessary inquiry, is that we have to face the challenges that sobriety entails. Life with our beloved addiction is not our old life minus the alcohol and drugs. Sober life is a new life, a new beginning, a reborn beginning, a transformation of the old to the new. Who among us is now ready to start all over? If you are, congratulations, but you need to break that wall of denial down. As I best can gather, I did start over, and when I started over, it was 24 hours at a time. Sometimes it was 1 hour at a time. It was never, let me shoot for next week, let me shoot for a month. It was one day, maybe 1 hour at a time. Was it easy? Absolutely not, and don't expect it to be easy if you are willing to make those changes today. Was I ready? Absolutely not either. Each and every next step forward was a new experience, but as time went on, I learned to deal and live in sobriety. Did I find what I needed to get through this? Absolutely. It wasn't AA, which I attended 4 to 5 classes, but I needed more. I needed to go back to my roots, back to 81 in the Marine Corps as a lay leader, as a liaison between the recruits and the chaplain. Those were my roots, implanted in me, I believe, by my Jesus Christ to teach me to help others. And when I hit rock bottom and I came up with my own concept, which is to do my websites and then eventually create my own show, Take Your Life Back Today show, is when I found what I needed to do to live the life of sobriety. As a coach, I am often hit with this one particular question: am I an alcoholic? This is what my coaching to client first question usually is. Right at that forefront of coaching relationship, I hear that question over and over and over. And it is never an answer I can give. It is always an answer that one can find if you are willing to do the work and do some self-inquiry. Most do not want to do the work. They just expect to hit rock bottom and to say, okay, I'm going to quit drinking and drugging. But you need to do like anything in life, there is work involved. I think it is because we are scared of what we will find when we do the work. At least that was my excuse in the beginning. Why look when I don't want to see what is on the other side of the wall, of that other side of the wall of denial? I only search for things I want to find. I did not want to find the word addict attached to my last name. Who does? Do you? These are my 4 absolutes for recovery. An absolute, again, remember, it is unarguably fact. These I know with certainty are required for me to grow in my new life with my old thinking. Over time, my new actions will become my new thinking. And to date, my new thinking has become my new life. Absolute number 1 is be 51% sure that you are ready for change. Less than 50% will not have enough momentum to get you there. Don't wait until you are 100% ready to change. The trail of destruction that I left in the wake of my beginning or during my alcoholism days was so severe that I never thought it was repairable. This rule applies to every difficult challenge that you or I face in life. I have to come to the plate with a measure of fortitude and conviction for what I am choosing to achieve, and anything, including sobriety in life. Absolute number 2, fact without any arguments. You need, I repeat, you need to find support. I need to connect with others so I can keep my thinking in check. My subconscious will drag me back to my old thoughts in a heartbeat. Another sustenance can carry me through the moments of hardship, and it will, I promise you, get hard. Another can call me on my deceptions to myself and to others. Another can cheer me up to the home stretch. I will need both of those support units. Absolute number 3, without argument, it's a guarantee that you be willing, absolutely willing to grow. I desperately needed to see what I did not have the answers to find while drinking. I had to be willing to soak up the knowledge around me from other people, use other people's support and knowledge, and absorb that to conquer sobriety, to live sobriety, to live in recovery. I had to find a way to stop resisting what I knew deep down inside I was already, which is an alcoholic, which is, in some cases, with some of you folks, addicted to drugs. I didn't have to agree with the philosophy. I simply had to agree to make some changes that were in alignment with my philosophy. By the way, some of us don't even know what our philosophy is on the onset. That's okay. We learn as we go forward. Absolute and last absolute, number 4, without argument, it's a guarantee that you need to quiet your mind. Until I can lessen the noise in my head, I am stuck listening to the constant chatter in my head. For me, it was more like an ongoing disagreement between me, myself, and I, coupled with the inferiority complex or extended ego. The feeling of peace and tranquility I chased with drinking and drugging was available within my sober mind. I just needed to find it. I just had to be willing to seek it and expose it. I wish I could give you what I have found, but I can't. It is something that can never, ever be given from one person to another. It is something only you can earn. I hope you see your worthiness today and make the decision that has been so long in the making. And you know, if you drink more than 2 to 3 drinks a day, or if you do drugs every day, you know this today, folks, is a decision you need to make. Are you ready for your new life? Are you ready for a new beginning? If so, make the changes today. And if you're one of those people that will say, Ralph, I am almost ready, I am this close to being ready, Ralph, but I'll wait until tomorrow. I'll wait until next week. Folks, listen to me clearly. Not everyone is guaranteed to be here tomorrow. As I sit here in front of this camera and you sit in the audience, and we're both breathing, and we're watching each other, or I'm saying something, you're listening to me. There is someone within our community, our state, our country, the world, taking their last breath, closing their eyes for the last time. Those people might have had the attitude that you have, that changes are coming, but they're coming the next day. But did they make those changes? My point here is that no one's guaranteed. If you are this close to making changes, make them today. And there are two things you absolutely have to do to make those changes. The first thing is you need to let that wall of denial crumble down around you. You need to let that wall come down and say, I know I have a problem, because there is no shame in admitting that you have a problem. It is more shameful for you to deceive yourself and go around with your deception pretending like you don't have a problem. And once you have to let that wall of denial down, seek your higher power. In my case it's God. Hopefully in your case it's your God. Ask God to guide and direct you. Carrie Underwood said it best in her song, Jesus Take the Wheel. Let God take the wheel of your life, navigate you through life. Because obviously the decisions we as humans make, a lot of times, is not in our best interest. If you are an alcoholic, if you're addicted to drugs, your decisions are being made by you, but can be overridden by God. Let God drive your car, take the wheel of your life, and make those changes. Folks, I hope to God that you all know that a sober today guarantees you a better tomorrow. And if you start thinking positive here, positive things will happen and positive results will be available to you. Results like a better health, better skin color, better relationship issues, better financial issues, better relationship with God, a better life in itself. That I promise you, but you have to know that all changes in life, whether they're big or small, only come with small steps. They will never happen right away. So if you personally don't see changes within the first couple days, maybe even a week, they are coming. You just need to be patient, and you need to be straightforward on your mission of sobriety and your mission to live in recovery. And you need to start showing other people that you're willing to help them as well. When you help other people, you build up your self-esteem. You build yourself right up. It is so important to believe in karma, that when you do good, you get good. When you hurt people, you will be hurt eventually. Let today be the first day of your new life. Take your life back today. I am here as a support unit. You can reach out to me anytime at 844-405-HELP, 631-599-0218. You can reach out to people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-485-2741. Or go to his website at www.odysseyconsultant.org. Get Larry, myself, or any other addiction recovery coach or life coach. Be your support unit. Utilize your AA support sponsors. Be involved in creating your new life. Be involved in taking your life back. Folks, I hope to God each and every one of you has a great day, but I hope and I pray that you all have a sober day, and may God bless you.